do you think there's some truth that this is directly related to Adams's response to the migrant crisis?
I have no evidence, but
that doesn't stop you.
I'm going to tell you I do think so.
I mean, Greg Gutfeld is correct. Lack of evidence has never stopped Jesse Waters from making declarative statements about various stories in the news, and this one is no exception. So there's a new conservative conspiracy theory about why New York City Mayor Eric Adams has been indicted on corruption and wire fraud charges, and we had outlined the details of why, what he's been accused of, including taking money from Turkish businessmen, allegedly. Now, we'll go back to all those details in just a moment, but before we do, let's hear more from other conservatives who have been floating this conspiracy. Let's watch.
Is he actually a criminal, or is it because he spoke out a little bit too much against the regime?
He's saying, you're going after me because I criticized the government, because I said, you have cost me $5.5 billion of illegal immigrant care, and you've done nothing. He said it's baffling that the federal government doesn't want to help. He meets with Biden, he walks out and says, I have news for you, help is not on the way. And that's the beginning of the investigation. Are they linked?
When I heard Mayor Adams question the Democratic Party and their policies on immigration, and heard AOC disagree with him, we all knew he was in trouble. Because if you don't fall in line with the Democrats, the big dog Democrats, then they, it appears, will find a reason to ruin your life.
With this new weaponization of the Justice Department, and this is the Joe Biden Justice Department, I don't know, but I have a bad feeling about this.
Adams may be guilty, may not be guilty. That's up for a jury to decide. But the fact that so many are questioning the government's motives here is itself an indictment of the Biden-Harris administration.
The DOJ has also indicted other Democrats who did not criticize the Biden administration over its immigration policies. Bob Menendez, a senator, is a good example. Congressman Henry Cuellar, another Democrat, was investigated for allegedly taking illegal campaign contributions from businessmen in Azerbaijan. I mean, this is a ridiculous allegation that was, I'm sure you're gonna be shocked to find out, repeated by Donald Trump.
I will say this, I watched about a year ago when he talked about how the illegal migrants are hurting our city and the federal government should pay us and we shouldn't have to take them. And I said, you know what? He'll be indicted within a year. And I was exactly right, because that's what we have. We have people that use the Justice Department and the FBI at levels that have never been seen before.
Now look, Cenk, I don't think the Republican Party has like a soft spot for Democratic New York City Mayor Eric Adams, unless this really is the start of the trash revolution. But I am wondering, like, why do you think they're floating this crazy conspiracy theory in defense of Eric Adams?
Hey, don't scroll away. Come back. Because before the video continues, we just want to urge you to lend your support to TYT. You power our honest reporting. You do it at tyt.com/team, and we love you for it. I think that's obvious. So they're trying to prime their audience for, oh my God, the deep state is targeting Donald Trump and anyone who opposes Biden. And they're the ones against democracy. You see how the deep state is taking out anyone who opposes Biden or Kamala Harris. But he's a Democrat. Why would they take out their own Democrat? Why would they take out Menendez, who's been a loyal corporate Democrat for decades? Why would they take out Cuellar? Cuellar's like corporate Democrat 101, right? So it makes no sense. And I love how they say they don't need evidence. I have another example of that from the Charlie Kirk show that I want to show you a little bit later. But my favorite was Laura Ingraham, who you saw as the last clip in that montage we did. And I'm going to re-quote it for you though. The fact that so many are questioning the government's motives, you guys are questioning the government's motives. She says, here is itself an indictment of the Biden-Harris administration. So the fact that all of us are lying about them is an indictment that they must be doing it. No, it's an indictment of you for constantly lying about them. It's not an indictment of them. So no, Eric Adams, and by the way, did Eric Adams do some like broad attack against Joe Biden? Was he pretty critical of him as Nina Turner was? Even then, that I thought it was relatively mild. No, he just, on this one issue of immigration, he tweaked them. That's not a thing. That was not a thing that you launch a fake criminal investigation over. It's so, besides, they're not doing fake criminal investigations. Donald Trump is actually guilty. And Eric Adams and Cuellar also appear to be, based on the allegations, to be very guilty. Menendez is convicted. And remember, all the rest of them are Democrats.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, there is one other Democratic politician who criticized the Biden administration over its handling of the border, and that was Illinois Governor J.D. Pritzker. Pritzker was also critical, but that's weird. No DOJ indictment against Pritzker. Look, obviously it's not politically motivated. And I commend the DOJ under the Democratic President Joe Biden for going after people who are accused of actually doing something wrong. In this case, you have Eric Adams, again, allegedly taking illegal bribes from foreign businessmen. And I'm gonna detail some of those allegations in just a moment, complete with some of the evidence that's been compiled by the DOJ. But go ahead, Jake.
And a hilarious clip at the end again about how they're making it up. But you just made me remember, there's another guy that the DOJ under Biden went after, Hunter Biden.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Were they also targeting Hunter? Because the deep state is targeting Hunter Biden for criticizing Joe Biden? It doesn't have to make sense. It's a Republican conspiracy theory. And it doesn't matter if it's wildly untrue. Every Republican voter will believe it for the rest of their lives.
So the indictment for Eric Adams states that Adams was accepting bribes from wealthy Turkish nationals for years, including but not limited to plane tickets and other luxurious travel accommodations. By the way, the DOJ says that this dates back to 2018. Because of that perk, by the way, Adams went out of his way to fly on Turkish Air. Adams, the indictment alleges, flew the Turkish airline even when doing so was otherwise inconvenient. For example, during a July and August 2017 trip, Adams' partner was surprised to learn that Adams was in Turkey when she had understood him to be flying from New York to France. Adams responded in a text message, transferring here. You know, first stop is always Istanbul.
I don't know if he misspelled Istanbul or he meant in Istanbul.
Yeah.
But it's, if you don't know that particular geography, I'm just talking to Americans here because we barely ever get taught geography. Turkey is on the other side of France.
Yeah.
You'd have to fly backwards to Turkey and then to New York.
It's massively out of the way. But there's more. The indictment also alleges that back in 2018, an Adams staffer was speaking to a Turkish entrepreneur referred to as the promoter in the indictment, okay? And here's how that interaction went down. Per the indictment, the promoter wrote, "Fundraising in Turkey is not legal, but I think I can raise money for your campaign off the record." The Adams staffer is said to have responded, "How will Adams declare that money here?" The promoter responded, "He won't declare it or will make the donation through an American citizen, a straw donor, in the US, a Turk. I'll give cash to him in Turkey or I'll send it to an American. He will make a donation to you." Specifically, the promoter wanted to donate $100,000 to Eric Adams. But the staffer realized that the shady donation could, maybe raise some eyebrows and said that they would ask Adams what to do. The indictment states that after the conversation, the Adams staffer asked Adams whether the Adams staffer should pursue the unlawful foreign contributions offered by the promoter. And contrary to the Adams staffer's expectations, Adams directed the Adams staffer pursue the promoter's illegal scheme. There's more. I mean, it goes on and on and on. You want more? I can give you more.
No, we get it. He did it, okay, allegedly. But look at the overwhelming evidence. Has nothing to do with a deep state, has nothing to do with Biden. Biden was on his side, but the DOJ was honest. They're not supposed to serve the president, they're supposed to serve the American people. Donald Trump and the Republicans have never understood that. That's why Trump was always like, I was very disappointed with my attorney general. He didn't do what I wanted. He's not supposed to just do what you want. Yes, on policy, but not on specific crimes to investigate. So he can't get it through his thick head. But speaking of thick heads, I mean, Turks don't eat ham, so that's why it was pretty ironic, because this was pretty ham-handed. So, God, they were so obvious about this corruption, right? Learn from other countries on how you do corruption right in America. Anyways, can I get to the clip here at the end here? So Charlie Kirk has a reporter on his show from the New York Post, Miranda Devine. Now let's see if she's got evidence to prove that Biden targeted Democratic mayor of New York because of immigration. Sure. Let's see if she's got the goods. She's a reporter after all. Let's find out.
I have no proof of this, but what it seems to me, just the pattern, the way that the FBI has been weaponized by the Biden administration to go after Joe Biden's political enemies, that it looks as if Eric Adams was deemed a political threat, so the FBI was sicked on him.
Oh, no,
they're hilarious.
No.
This is who they say are reporters, right?
Anyone who declares that Eric Adams is seen as a political threat.
But Eric Adams is like such a minor character, and he's a disaster. He was polling at 28% in New York, in his own city. He had no political future at all.
I love how she began that statement with, I have no proof of this.
Yeah, no, their
but I'm
idea
keep going.
No, their idea of a reporter is that before they state the conspiracy theory, they acknowledge that they have no proof of it.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Nice.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.